feeling all worked up. I want to have your baby. Please, 𝐒𝐻𝐺𝐵.
Know what I hate about requests like that? Absolutely nothing.
What an absolute banger of an episode of R.E. Monster. Once again, like every week, we're moving quick here. And the cool thing about that is we're getting to see a whole lot of what R.E. Monster has to offer. The bad thing is we never get a moment to process or kind of live in the moment, right? Like, I think that something that may disconnect a lot of people is that constant movement forward and us never being able to fully commit to, okay, we got a partnership with the elves. Show us some back and forth conversations. Show 𝐒𝐵𝐵, in the elf village a little bit more. Show him associating with some people. Maybe show him just like going on some hunts with just the elves. Like, slow down. But no, it's like elf village, attack humans. Attack humans, humans this. Got this, making love with the human girls. Got this, found a human dude. Found this, back to the elves. Back to the elves, back to the... So it's like, it's either you vibe with that pacing or you don't. And the other part of it too that I've heard, at least in my comments, because I'm not personally familiar with this source material here, although I have seen it pop up on my mobile apps or whatever. Like, I've seen the manga pop up and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to read this or try and ruin the anime for myself. I have seen it pop up, but I don't have that familiar. So the other part of it is I understand if you are familiar and your excitement for this show was based off the source material, depending on how the pacing was there. And again, from what I've heard from the comments, a lot more panned out and a lot slower, is this can be jarring for you to be going through chapters and chapters of this show. Now, for me, on a personal level, I vibe with the pacing. I vibe with the ba 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 because I feel like I'm never bored. And like, it's just like, okay, we got this ability, or now we ate this person, or we ate this monster. Now we got that ability. Oh snap! We're ending today's episode with him getting the panacea, dropping down, dropping down the panacea. Oh, now his blood is healing. Now he's like, am I immortal, bro? Am I the panacea god? Am I the panacea? You know what I mean? Like, that's such cool. Like, that's cool stuff. And like I said, it's either you vibe with it or you don't, but I love this episode. And this one kind of took us kind of like all over the place. So episode kind of, started off with where we picked up last week is we're invading the humans. And by the way, effing scary. The fact that they put up walls. Imagine you're in this settlement, right? Whether you're going to war or battle or whatever it is, imagine like you're in this war section or you're in this camp or encampment, and suddenly just these walls just come out of nowhere and they just start enthralling you and taking you over. And they just like, they're, these walls are just trapping you in, and then fireballs and ice magic and a bunch of stuff just comes hurling, like, just hurling at you. You would feel a little bit, scared and fearful and taken aback. And I thought that was wild, by the way. The fact that they just kind of like onslaughted, like massacred these humans. Of course, there were some that pushed back and resisted. Some really good mages and stuff that he was like, oh, aha, I see. I got some powerful ones here. And he took some people back from that battle, but by and large, just a massacre. And he took, I think, 𝐒𝐵𝐵 has, an infatuation with girls, as, makes sense. He takes some of the girls back, and I think he took a couple of the other mages and a couple other useful folks back from that, and he imprisoned them with like some kind of like obedient callers, essentially. And he had his way with a couple of them as well too, to kind of gain their obedience. One of which was like a noble, like, I guess you could say that she's kind of like a hero type character, which I thought was interesting. This episode, outside of the lovemaking, didn't really do enough with her because she resisted 𝐒𝐵𝐵. Right, 𝐒𝐵𝐵's the name, right? Yeah, she resisted 𝐒𝐵𝐵, and he overpowered her and then saved her, and then made some sweet love to her and her friend, and then they put their little like ear thingies on him or on them to submit, but then the episode just kind of skipped and just kept moving forward. So not really sure what ended up happening with them. Then some smaller things happened, like the rock girl, Rockaroo. I don't know what her name is called. Caveroo. She found hot springs, so then they had a whole hot spring section there. Then they went in with the elves' help. They got more human settlements. They brought back a red-haired dude who, really cool character. They brought back some other humans to train and be trained and be part of their settlement. The red-haired dude, complimented Gabiru of like, hey, you have beast people and goblins and ogres and humans, and this is a settlement, and elves, and this is a settlement of a lot of different races here, all communally moving, forward. And he joined that. He obviously resisted first, but then joined the fray later. And then that led us into the end of the episode where the elves gave him some healing medicine, some panacea stuff. And he injected that into himself, and he was able to heal others now with just little baby drops of his blood, which I think is just insane. So again, pacing, bah, 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 bah. But this episode I thought was fantastic. I can't wait to see what comes next. I think we're just going to keep moving in that pace until we get to the end. And I mean, I absolutely love it. I think this episode was just fantastic. So again, another week of just fantastic anime in RE Monster. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I totally skipped over, a variety of different events that occurred this episode, and those are important to you. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what I missed in covering and gushing about this episode. This episode, 9 out of 10. I thought it was an awesome episode overall. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you're familiar with Source, how you're feeling. And if you're not familiar with Source, that's okay too. How are you feeling about the pacing so far of this show? You're either like loving it, hating it, wish they slowed down. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week for episode number 7. Yep, we're on episode 6, episode 7. Peace out, my friends.